Public speaking consistently ranks above death in surveys of human fears. People are more afraid of talking in front of a crowd than they are of dying. Jerry Seinfeld made a joke about it. He said at a funeral, the average person would rather be in the casket than giving the eulogy. The audience laughed. But the science behind it isn't funny at all. Because the reason your body treats a microphone like a weapon goes back 2 million years. And it has nothing to do with embarrassment. Let's start with what actually happens in your body the moment you stand in front of a crowd. Your heart rate spikes. Your palms sweat. Your mouth goes dry. Your voice shakes. Adrenaline floods your system. These are not anxiety symptoms. This is your fight or flight response firing at full capacity. The same biological alarm that fires when you almost get hit by a car. Your nervous system is not treating this like a mildly stressful situation. It is treating it like a threat to your survival. For decades, psychologists assumed this was an overreaction, an irrational misfiring of a system designed for real danger. Then, in the late 1990s, a neuroscientist named Naomi Eisenberger at UCLA ran an experiment that changed how scientists thought about social pain entirely. She put volunteers inside brain scanners and had them play a simple computer game where they passed a ball between 3 players. Without warning, the other 2 players stopped passing the ball to the volunteer. They were excluded, left out. And Eisenberger watched what happened inside their brains. The region that lit up was the dorsal anterior cingulate cortex, the same region that processes physical pain. Not a similar region, not a metaphorically related region. The exact same neural tissue that registers the pain of a broken bone registered the pain of social exclusion at the same intensity, with the same urgency. Your brain does not distinguish between a broken arm and being left out of a group. To your nervous system, they are the same emergency. And once you understand that, the fear of public speaking stops being a mystery. Go back 2 million years. Your ancestors lived in groups of roughly 150 people. That group was everything. It was food, it was protection, it was survival. Outside the group, there was no food, no shelter, no safety. Outside the group, you died. Not eventually, quickly. Now imagine standing up in front of that group, every single pair of eyes turning toward you simultaneously. 150 people staring, waiting, judging. In the animal kingdom, sustained eye contact from multiple individuals means one thing: threat assessment. Predators lock eyes before they attack. Dominant animals hold the gaze of subordinates to establish hierarchy. A group of humans staring directly at you in silence is one of the most ancient threat signals in primate behavior. Your brain evolved to read that signal and respond immediately. The response is always the same: prove yourself or run. But there was something even more dangerous than the stare. In a tribe of 150 people, your reputation was your most valuable possession. More valuable than your tools, more valuable than your shelter. A good reputation meant food sharing, alliance, protection, a mate. A destroyed reputation meant none of those things. And reputation could be destroyed in a single moment. One public failure, one misstep in front of the entire group, one moment of weakness that everyone witnessed simultaneously. In a world with no second chances and no fresh starts in a new city, that moment could follow you for the rest of your life. This is what your brain is actually protecting you from when you step up to a microphone. Not embarrassment, not judgment from strangers. The ancient calculation of what happens when you fail in front of everyone who decides whether you eat tomorrow. Neuroscientist and author Matthew Lieberman describes it this way: your brain is a social organ first and a thinking organ second. It evolved to track your social standing with the same obsessive precision that it tracks physical threats. Because for most of human history, your social standing and your physical survival were the same thing. A drop in status wasn't inconvenient, it was dangerous. A rise in status wasn't flattering, it was life-saving. This is also why the fear gets worse the larger the audience. Your nervous system isn't just responding to the crowd, it's calculating the size of the potential fallout. 10 people watching you fail is a problem. 100 people watching you fail is a catastrophe. The math is unconscious and it's ancient, and it runs before your prefrontal cortex has any chance to intervene. This is also why preparation doesn't fix it. You can rehearse a presentation 100 times. You can know the material perfectly, and the moment you stand up in front of that crowd, the alarm fires anyway. Because the alarm isn't responding to your competence, it's responding to the social threat of being evaluated. Here's what the research actually recommends. Not deep breaths, not power poses, not telling yourself to calm down. Telling yourself to calm down when your fight or flight response is fully activated makes it worse. It's like telling your hand to stop bleeding. What works is reframing the arousal. A 2014 study by psychologist Alison Wood Brooks at Harvard found that people who told themselves, "I am excited," before a stressful public performance outperformed people who tried to calm down. Because excitement and anxiety are physiologically almost identical states, same heart rate spike, same adrenaline surge, same dry mouth. The only difference is the story your brain tells about what those sensations mean. Your nervous system is already activated. You cannot deactivate it on a 2-minute warning. What you can do is point that activation in a different direction. But here is the deeper truth. The fear never fully goes away. Even the most experienced public speakers in the world report pre-performance anxiety. Not because they haven't practiced enough, because the ancient alarm doesn't care how many times you've done this before. Every new crowd is a new group. Every new group triggers the same calculation. Are these people going to accept me or reject me? 2 million years of evolution don't disappear with a weekend confidence workshop. So the next time you feel that spike of terror before standing up to speak, understand what's actually happening. Your brain is not broken. It is not being irrational. It is running a survival calculation that kept your ancestors alive for 2 million years. It is asking the only question that ever mattered in a tribe. Will this group accept me after what they are about to see? The microphone is new, the question is ancient, and your body already knows the stakes better than you ever will. "2 million years of evolution don't disappear with a weekend confidence workshop. So the next time you feel that spike of terror before standing up to speak, understand what's actually happening. Your brain is not broken. It is not being irrational. It is running a survival calculation that kept your ancestors alive for 2 million years. It is asking the only question that ever mattered in a tribe. Will this group accept me after what they are about to see?" The microphone is new. The question is ancient. And your body already knows the stakes better than you ever will.